has never burned.
In 3 words or less, trigger an entire fan base.
Here were dragons. Oh, I'm sorry, here's a tissue.
In 3 words or less, trigger an entire fan base.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Siren heads and SCP. Are people allowed to make money off the SCP Foundation intellectual property? Yes, but with limitations. Number 1 is that you absolutely cannot make money off the image of SCP-173. You can make money off SCP-173's story of a poopy statue that wants to break your neck, but you cannot use the peanut statue to make money. This is because the original author of SCP-173 stole that art without permission, and now SCP Wiki staff has a nice handshake agreement with the artist as long as we don't monetize it. This means any merch out there of peanut statues, stuffed animals, t-shirts, any of it, illegal, immoral, stay away. Now that we've talked about what you can't do, let's move on to what you can in part 2. Can you monetize the works of the SCP Foundation? Yes, if you're cool with the following. This is part 2. Make sure to check out part 1 where we talk about what you absolutely should not do. The first thing you need to do is cite your source like a college essay. You need bare minimum the name of the article, the name of the author, and the link to the article. This isn't required, but I like to share the author's author page as well because usually they have a Ko-fi or a Patreon, and if we're making money off their work, it'd be nice if the author did too. You also have to have this license blurb that says that you also release your work that you just made using the CC 3.0 essay license. This is how the community grows because we're all allowing people to use our work freely. This is also why you'll never see a Netflix SCP production. They don't like the Creative Commons, they want copyright so they can keep it. Become a patron of Site42, we're trying to indie it ourselves. So then he said, "That's no anomaly, that's my wife!" Oh, hold on, I gotta take this call. SCP Foundation, what's your emergent... Coke and Pepsi, never the two shall meet. No! Wait, maybe it's...
Hello. This next one is really clear. What's up? And look for the eye. Which presumably is referencing Eyes of Ender, the items that'll... I don't know what kind of meat I am, but I know I'm probably gonna expire tomorrow.
You all tagged me, but I don't know what you think I'm gonna do about this. Your options are death or death. In the cleanup after the breach at Site-19, it was discovered that 049 had been infected with the clockwork virus. I understand the irony of the plague doctor being infected. Har har. We feared for the worst, but since infection, 049 has been completely docile. No dead staff members, no zombies. Only a lot of this spinning ring business, which, hey, it keeps the staff entertained. Recording devices in its cell picked up muttering of the name Metcane in its sleep, which is to be expected, but we ought to keep an eye on it.
30% off selected Sensodyne products now at Coles.
You know what? Mood. This is Dr. Sherman. I just got an emergency ping and... Again? You don't have to steal the gender-switching stone. SCP-113 is part of the Foundation's healthcare plan. Put in a request with your supervisor, meet with a staff therapist, do the proper paperwork, and then you get to use the stone. And, by the way, remember that if you're non-binary, it goes a little random. It's really a binary stone, so be careful. There's risks involved. Site-42 staff, this broadcast is to mourn the tragic yet inevitable passing of my spinning pen. It was dropped too much, and it split at the seams. Gods have granted us this.
The spinning is slow.
Ew. We created this device so we could assist mobile tap.
I'm mediocre at pen spinning.
Kappa 5, I've got the transmission back. What do you see? Oh my word. What? Get eyes back on the target. We created this device so we could assist mobile task force members with containing airborne anomalies such as SCP-199. What did you want to use it for again? you found the bell. Go ahead and give it a ring for us. Excellent. We'll be signing off. Alright, this is the part where it hangs him from his entrails and then...
That's not on mute.
No, it's muted. Begin test.
Fancy an omelet today, little chef?
That's right, it's omelet day. We're upping the difficulty a bit. Starting with oil, good choice. Egg crack test. Passable. Whisking's a mite uncoordinated. Could use some work. The pour. Oh, very nice. Ham and cheese, basic but good ingredients.
Ooh,
What do you think of that color? I like them a little lighter, but I'll give it an A. Yes, do not forget the garnish.
You want a Capri Sun? Yeah. Well, this is hell. You don't get what you want?
Alright, I'm gonna level with you. I hate this. It makes me angry and confused and upset. I hate this with every fiber of my being. Humanity was a mistake. SCP Foundation, what's your emergency? Oh, okay, I see the mix-up here. This is not SCP-682. You didn't need to tag me. This is a monitor lizard in a convenience store in Thailand, or, as we call it in Foundation parlance, a Florida Tuesday. Begin test, SCP-239-Gamma.
You think my toy will ever come to life like Barney?
Respond, D-Class.
Stupid code is not gonna come to life, loser.
A little harsh. SCP-239 is a reality-bending 8-year-old, but we convinced that its powers only work during shooting stars. That's how we keep it
Shooting
contained.
star!
Right on
I
cue.
wish my toy were real like Barney.
Alright, good. We've got transformation in action.
I did it! Barney's alive!
Oh, what do you want now?
Oh my... security, get in! Oh. Oh, ew. Begin test, fall back. Begin test, fall back. It broke. Abort test.
If Bright put his necklace on 682.
Request denied. With prejudice. We would never do something this stupid. Oh, we actually did it? It's called We're Off to Be the Lizard. It's at plus 294 on the wiki. Yeah, go read it. I don't understand these people. Hey there, Site42 fam. It's come to my attention that not a lot of people know that we have a Site42 SCP merch store.
This is Dylan. She's with Vodafone, so she can shop, share, and stream while always looking for the best deals. Vodafone's end of financial...
Dr. Sherman wrote a new article for the SCP Wiki. This is the non-spoiler announcement video. SCP-5542, titled Cake by the Ocean, is literally about a beach made of cake. The reason why is a mystery. Go check it out on the wiki, and then if you're a member of the wiki, vote and leave your comments in the discussion. But if you're not, leave me a comment here and let me know what you think and if you solve the mystery.
Hi, Dr. Sherman.
Good afternoon, 425, and how might we be feeling today?
I'm great, and he's been helping me a lot.
Excellent.
Do have a big worry.
Oh? What sort of big worry would that be?
Well, I know Easter's coming up soon, and I know the site is really hidden. So, is the Easter Bunny gonna be able to find her way here, or is she just gonna get lost? And then my Easter basket will be empty.
Oh, nothing to fear. We have a perfectly adequate Easter basket fulfillment system. You're gonna be fine.
Oh, that gives me so much hope. Thank you.
Well, hope is the opiate of the masses, am I right?
Oh, but
Huh?
if the Easter Bunny comes here, you aren't gonna capture her and keep her here as an anomaly, are you?
Oh, you told me not to lie to her.
Tomato with my new knife. Why has God abandoned us?
Your request to test the knife for the D-Class has been denied. It's not an experiment if you already know what's going to happen, you sadistic... D5542, give us eyes on the entity.
You have chicken nuggies?
Oh, okay. Deploy the nugget. Whew, thank the long boy. Come on back to base. Huh? Oh. 049 is trying to be annoying until I let it have more test subjects. And joke's on you, I love accordion music! So when you ask for the monthly equivalent of Site-42's operating costs for aquatic tactical gear, this is what you meant? You're being reassigned to SCP-3000, and you'll be wearing that.
Dr. Sherman from Site-42? I don't know how I got here.
SCP Emergency Hotline! Woo! There's a place off Euclid Avenue where the SCPs will munch on you. You had better run, don't try to fight. They've got poison teeth and they wanna, bite. Oh, like your entire face off. Yeah, they wanna bite. But seriously, you'll be missed.
Hey Doc, they're stealing your Jello child. What should I do?
Perhaps go get them?
Oh, for sure, I would love that.
God, this universe is so much better than my old one. I mean, here, we've achieved world peace. The anomalous is well known and well documented. 096's domestication training is going great. What do you mean they don't have Dr. Pepper?
Hey Daniel, this TikTok connoisseur says you're poorly animated. What you think about that?
I only said VR per...
Relax.
Huh? Oh, yeah, come on in. I'm just researching new hobbies, you know. Gotta blow off some steam. It never ends. Get me Mobile Task Force Delta 7, the spring chickens. We've got a floater at the trampoline park.
That's right there.
Not that kind. In my line of work, it's very easy to get desensitized to child abductions. Supernatural creatures love them. They're small, easy to capture. I do it with Dr. Bright all day. But at least this one has some color, some pop, pizzazz.
Watch closely as I turn this unsuspecting child I found on the beach into a D-class.
Note to self, remind Dr. Bright that we are running a research facility, not a daycare. Yes, we've set up a containment site at the location, but researcher Mayday is having a lot of trouble keeping the peace. Like, right now, when the Daniel entity set the toilet on fire for some reason. And Flat Dog is weirdly jacked now. Yeah, there it is, you see? Begin SCP-093 test. The D-class has entered the mirror. Let us know what you find, and keep an eye out for the unclean. Yeah, you call it horrifying, I call it a Tuesday. What the? Nugget, get control of that demon.
Where's he going?
Alright, where'd it go? What the? Milk demon! I put that light switch in so you could turn the lights on and off. Not so you could throw light switch raves. Five Nights at Freddy's is not an SCP. But if it were, how would the... Why are they in my office? They're not supposed to be real! Why aren't things like Slender Man, Siren Head, Five Nights at Freddy's, all manner of internet creature, why are they not SCPs? It's a matter of definition. To be an SCP, you have to have two defining qualities. Quality one is that you have to be anomalous. You have to be not normal. You have to have a power. You need to be a ghost, a monster, a creature, an invisible knight. Something that is not baseline normal. Quality two is much more specific. You have to be cataloged in the SCP database. In-universe, this is because, like science with animals in real life, we haven't discovered them all. They can't be cataloged as SCPs if we haven't found them. The Global Occult Coalition has their own database with different catalogs. Out of universe, this is actually a lot simpler. We don't allow things that are not original to the SCP Wiki to be SCPs. Simply put, we don't want to be sued. So they're anomalies, not SCPs. As many of you misunderstood the point of yesterday's video, allow me to state it plainly. Just because it's anomalous doesn't mean it's an SCP. Unless it's listed on scpwiki.com Siren Head because the author was making a joke. Thank you in advance for helping us combat misinformation and not get the SCP Wiki sued. This tweet is from the Wiki's official account. Read it. I've been informed that the single chicken nugget was only a temporary solution. Oh, God. Alright, D5542, I'm gonna need you to go procure some more nuggets.
100 nuggets basically, right? Yep.
Don't worry, we'll expense it. Oh, dear goddess of the nuggies. Delta 12, give me a report. What did you find?
Command, the molding on this tub seems to be filled with human teeth.
Well, that's disgusting.
Huh.
Oh, hold on.
This is downright nightmarish. Hopefully Command gives us the okay to
Roger that.
Fuck you.
Alright, the higher-ups are
Oh,
saying
the
you need to
two
get into
sister.
the tub.
Into it? Are you
My
goddamn
human
kidding me?
sister.
Fuck that, fuck you.
You will be penalized for this insubordination.
Good, we're getting out.
Has you really been far? Even has decided to use even go want to look more like?
Well, now my ghost sister, you're SCP now. Yep.
Go further and even more decided to use. You can really be far as decided twice as much to use and go wish for it. When you decide far even wants to use and go want, then get really far even has decided to use and look more like and go after. It's just common sense. Apply today.
Did I have a stroke?
Dr. Mayday said you wish to speak to me. I'll have you know this is highly against regulations, Daniel.
Who's
I
Bond?
look at SCPs every day. So when I say this one upsets me, I hope you're ready to go for a ride. SCP-198 is an anomalous beverage vessel with 3 abilities. Ability 1 is it can shapeshift. Maybe it's a coffee mug, maybe it's a thermos, maybe it's a styrofoam cup. Ability 2 is teleportation. It wants to be used, so it will teleport to places where other beverage containers are, so you'll pick it up. Ability 3 is that if you grab SCP-198, it will sear itself to your flesh so it cannot be removed from your hand. SCP-198 begins filling with one or a random assortment of bodily fluids, including but not limited to pus, bile, urine, feces.
Data expunged.
The holder of the mug begins rapidly dehydrating, only able to gain fluids from the mug. We allow them to self-terminate at that point. SCP staff, containment breach challenge. Blind duet this video and do not look ahead, because you don't get a heads up when disaster is going to strike. Rules. No facial coverage. We need to be able to see your entire face. You only get one take. No edits, no effects, no pauses. If you cheat, you have to live with that dishonor. Pass or fail, you have to post your video. Ready? Let's go. Don't blink. It's SCP-173. You're alone in the room. It's 30 seconds until someone can get to the room to save you. Maybe you're good at staring when you can prepare, but this is a surprise drill, so if you fail now, you know what it would be like in real life. Go ahead and try holding your eyes open with your fingers or blinking one eye at a time if you can, but your eyelid muscles are not used to doing that, so under pressure, many people are going to fail. If you blink both eyes, you die. After this recording ends, review your tape to see how you did and post with the hashtag ISurvived173 or 173GotMe. Hey there, Cypher.
Bitch please.
It's come to my attention that not a lot
I'm the
of people know
Scarlet King's
that we have a
son.
Cypher-
He doesn't, like, peanut will not affect me. I'm not afraid of peanut. I'm the Scarlet King's son.
Look, I'm not gonna do it! I'm Stan and I was wrong.
So, bitch please.
I'm singing the Stan wrong song. I shouldn't have taken that chance. Now here's my remorseful dance.
Do the kick! Jazzier!
I could use some appy slices, actually, if you
So,
wouldn't
bitch
mind. And a little
please.
peanut butter to dip them in.
Fucking of course I want peanut butter, Clint!
SCP
Redacted.
is a dollar store mascot costume by the name of Bucky and the person who inhabits it. The mascot's ventilator is broken and thus is in a constant state of deflation, and the individual inside has never responded to any name except Bucky, nor has it eaten, slept, or performed any other necessary biological function. It's easily contained as it never leaves this warehouse and is also creepy as hell.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I totally get it. He did not get it. In fact, he had absolutely no fucking clue what was going on.
I've often seen spinning a pen in my videos, and a constant comment is, How often do you drop that pen and have to do retakes? Enough that I've actually dented the tip so that the pen doesn't open and close properly anymore. So between my spinning pen that I can't write with and my fountain pen, which gets ink everywhere if I spin it, well, I have one functional pen total.
I need to get to work, but I've got so much washing up to do.
I have warned you repeatedly about keeping a clean workspace, Nugget. What the? No! Call security! The little ship entity is on the rampage! Wait, belay that order. No, you know what? I admire violence in the name of cleanliness. Approved.
Drop the banana. But officer, what banana? What are you?
We lost 6 good agents in that raid. What have I told you about head-on confrontations with anomalous magicians? That's right. Don't. As this D-class will demonstrate, knocking on the mirror in this particular way will cause the mirror entities to reach out and take you. Yes, it works on any mirror. No, I don't sleep at night.
You playing with God?
I mean, if you want to go to SCP-343 cell and tell it you're canceling its poker night, be my guest, but you better have the biggest of all bridges if you think you're going to tell God who it can and can't play games with.
And nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong.
Site 42 reading recommendation. We do that sometimes, right? Ad Absentia, a short, emotional tale about a woman who doesn't know what her husband does for a living. Available in audio on the Site 42 YouTube channel. Give it a look or a listen, it's a good one.
But, Flat Dog, however. Oh, actually, here he is now. Hey, Flat Dog. He's straight from the void.
There's too many anomalies. There's the VR person, the curtain, the cone head on the shelf, the flat dog, the void. Day 42 of trying to convince the O5 that the pestilence is actually... Yeah, we're not actually sure what the pestilence is yet, but we are certain that it can be cured by that drip, my dudes! This is a common misconception in ominous doorway orb management. A modicum of human affection within the first 7 days would have caused it to leave on its own, but you can still survive as long as you don't.
Hey Mia. Yeah, Papa? Now I'm ready to
I'm very uncomfortable with the energy that
It's
we've
what
created
before?
in the studio today.
So cool.
The duct tape diners. Now this is an anomaly that does the opposite of what you would expect. You see the plates they have there, they're expecting you to give them a meal. And if you do give them a meal, do the generous, proper thing, they thank you by pulling your skin off as if it were duct tape. You see, they're trying to be helpful. If you refuse to feed them, then the disappointed duct tape diners just leave. And they leave you alone because you didn't help them, they're not going to help you. So, you know, you gotta disappoint them, but it's a fate better than death, I so to think. But...
Hi, Dr. Sherman.
Hello, yet another Connors?
Yep, I'm a Dr. Connors, just not yours.
Huh. Wonderful. Yet another reality, I take it.
That's right. Other reality.
And now, how long will you be with us?
Don't worry, I'm just visiting. And comparing notes between our realities.
Are y'all having some form of Connors exchange program?
Well, your Connors visited my reality not too long ago.
Good for her.
So I'm just returning the favor and checking out yours.
Do y'all have a system for telling each other apart?
You can call me R-AIDS. It's nice to meet you. Well, this you. Hey, R-AIDS.
Oh, this is giving me Catboy Dimension flashbacks.
I'll see you around.
Cheers.
Oh, I could really go for a drink.
We don't have a test scheduled for today. Oh no. Both of them? Alright, don't exacerbate the situation. I'm calling security.
Is that a Dr. Pepper?
absolute pawns! Security, I need you in the Nugget Wing immediately. Oh, bring a medic. Ugh.
Sometimes it's a heavy burden being a man of science.
I know what you mean, Jerry. That's why I decided early on to sabotage my highly scientific mind with cartoons and sugar.
All swimming pools in the city have
Redacted.
spontaneously combusted. We need a team out there ASAP.
2021, I don't know. What's happening?
The water is on fire! Begin test.
I kind of feel like having a cheese toasty.
And right on cue.
Oh, hello. There's my little chef.
Ooh, that was a very clear toasty. Dear Mrs. Jacobs, my name is Agent Jonathan Bradley, and regrettably, I'm contacting you because your son Mickey has passed away. He was not, as he told you, a security guard at a lumber factory. I know I'm supposed to toe the company line, but your son was a goddamn hero and you deserve to know the truth. He raced into an army of the most hellish creatures I could imagine with not a care but to save the people they were attacking. I wish we all could be as good at... What the... Oh, no, you don't, you pencil pushing... Ahem. Mrs. Jacobs, enclosed you'll find the remainder of Mickey Jacobs' severance pay. Please note that despite his recent drug issues and sudden disappearance, we will be happy to provide rehabilitation services if he turns up. Signed, Jonathan Bradley, Chief of Security, Southern Crosscut Pines. Reminder to reprimand Agent Bradley for this breach of security.
Listen to me very carefully.
Another one.
No!
Half-kilogram.
No, not today, right?
For in about 10 minutes.
La 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 la, get out of my office now! You're not my problem!
See you in Russia.
Everything you're doing is making me want to slap the living shit out of you right now. But I'm more mature, more than I've been normally, so I'll shake your hand. And then I'll bite it down!
The lights above the Arby's are getting bolder. This new signal infects nationwide commercials with a cognito hazard that makes the viewers crave the meat. Item number SCP-2165. Object class none. Special containment procedures. SCP-2165 is to be left to its own devices. It is not to be acknowledged in any way outside of this reference. This reference is to be kept in an extratemporal, extraspatial location. All is as it has been. All is as it always was. Description: SCP-2165 is irredeemable. It is unknown if SCP-2165 is an entity, object, or concept. This information has been deemed irrelevant. What SCP-2165 did has been erased from the timeline by universal consensus. Addendum: there will be no forgiveness. Good afternoon, Site-42 staff. Why is it so dark in here? What the? Volkov! Was this you? I was only asleep for 20 minutes. Jeez. You know, it's not actually that bad. Alright. Oh no. What's eating Dr. Sherman? No. When that DVD logo bounces from corner to corner 1,138 times, the world ends. I see. And where are we now? 1,025. Shit.
There until he comes back. Don't worry. I'll take real good care of you.
Go on.
13 of our town's most popular teenagers just disappeared. And the next
13.
day, Mayor Bennett's hair turns white and he looks 30 years younger.
That's not good.
What's weird is anytime I try to address this with him, if I'm near the mayor, it's like the memory of these teens just slips from my mind like
Memory altering.
a fettuccine noodle through a suburban mom's tight, puckered lips. And the waiter is being very attentive. He's bringing plenty of breadsticks. It's almost as if...
Are you hungry or something?
Or Yelp reviews at this Olive Garden. So, Martin, yeah, you do deserve 15% today. You did it, buddy. Hi, Mayor Bennett.
Make something up.
I'm just making a video. It's about the Olive Garden. Better ingredients. Buttered noodles. The Olive Garden.
Good enough.
Did
you know that there are only 3 days left?
You know, trying to avert an XK isn't any easier with you counting down!
It's the end of financial year sale at Amart. Save up to 50% on a huge range. Sale ends soon.
Trying to avert an XK isn't any easier with you counting down! Well, what do we got? Alright, creepy face, that checks a box. What the? What? Looks like we have some Ben Drown shit going on.
What just happened? What just happened?
Lately, I've been spending a lot of my time eating too much Arby's.
I just finished the disinformation campaign from Saharu's Arby's video, and now you blurt this out in public? Researcher Green, consider this a formal reprimand.
Why does this shirt make me feel so powerful?
First, you stole my wardrobe. Then, you lost my favorite shirt. And now some civilian has the power. I expect you to clean this up.
Hey, little chef, could you grab me a glass of milk, please?
Focus up, staff. This test is risky, but it is essential. If the little chef entity cannot control its anger, we can't allow it to socialize
Already
with
seen
the
this
other
one.
Excuse me?
There we
There's
are.
another-
Go back.
We'll call this a minor success. Now that the Pepsi Man test is complete, you can head back to your cell with your Pepsi and... Excuse me? There's another one? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll get a drink off.
Well, that's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Hey, Researcher Smalls, can you see the knife I'm holding in my hand? Why, no, Junior Researcher Harris. I don't see any knife in your hand at all. Okay, but we're both scientists at an organization that hides magic objects, monsters, and even sometimes gods. So if I told you that I was holding an invisible knife that no one but me could see, you would probably believe that, right? I have seen some crazy things in my career here, so yes, even though I do not visibly see what you're talking about, I will believe you, and we should set up a testing plan of some kind. None of you believe me, and now you're all dead! Curse you for driving me to this easily avoidable tragedy! Alright, Foundation staff, you voted with comments, and we are gonna let the little chef entity cook what it wants to. So, Silicon Valley, and that we have on-site restaurants. So, you might say 2.5 months ago. You must be looking for surrealistics. Third purple down the neuron that holds your favorite childhood memory.
It's back.
Oh, we got another BI. That's a before invasion class scenario. Don't worry, we get these all the time, as long as we catch them early.
Yeah, busting
2.5
up.
months ago?
2.5 months ago?
Whatever.
So we've gotten to that point in quarantine where my wife comes home and says, "Darling, I brought home a potentially cursed item."
Oh no.
The word is potentially. The key word is cursed.
It is cursed.
Is it vinegar?
You don't want to know what's in there. It's
Sir, it was
Yes,
unmarked.
that is actually
They
correct.
recognize it, and they still sold it to her at the grocery store.
Well, that's just capitalism.
Recognize it? One part of my brain says, maybe we shouldn't drink it.
Obviously, that's the right
My
answer.
brain says,
Don't. Don't. All right, steady. Or just breathe in what could be anomalous anthrax for all we know.
Places that I think are a cover-up for something because it just does not make sense for them to still be in business. Arby's, okay? Arby's. Who the fuck is eating at Arby's? No hate, no tea, no shade. I'm sure they're fine, but I've never heard someone be like, yo, I'm so hungry, let's go to fucking Arby's. And I've never been. Who has been to Arby's? Okay, like, if you've been to Arby's, if you work at Arby's, I mean, say something. This is your moment to shine, because I genuinely don't... I think it's a cover-up. There's gotta be some shit going on, because no one... What is Arby's even known for? No one going to them? Is that what their reputation is? Because I see them all up on that Twitter shit. I see them all up on the socials. But who's eating there? Who's funding their commercials? Who's funding... What?
See, viewers, this is exactly what not to do while performing car maintenance. Not only does pulling the hair of the horrible witch who lives in your tailpipe out cause your muffler to be less effective due to it not being packed full of creepy witch hair, but you're also giving her scalp quite a rash. How rude and ungrateful. Site-42 fam, it's come to my attention that not a lot of people know that we have a Site-42 SCP merch store. We've commissioned art from...
Oh boy, I sure wish I knew how to fry an egg.
Oh, there's my little chef.
Ah, the great Coke taste with 0 sugar. Oh, hello. Wait, what? Oh no! Oh, Coca-Cola. I was gonna change that.
Guys, this meme is so immature. Can you not... 1 second. Ah! That's right. You've got this. All day. Thomas the Tank Engine is not an SCP. But if it were... No! Absolutely not! Cars! This is on you!
Hey there, Site-42 fam. Dr. Sherman out in the field investigating a possible Keter class anomaly. We all remember last year on TikTok when the big meme is everything is secretly cake. We all thought it was just a meme, right? Well, this stone pillar right here, this very solid stone pillar, why is this stone pillar secretly cake? Why? How did it turn into cake? Who bit chunks off of it? If you find yourself turning into cake, please contact the Foundation immediately, and please refrain from eating yourself.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests? Don't need any help from me, sir. That's right.
No bond.
SCP creators wanted to use this background for their laboratory. It's just the image of SCP-3509. Have fun.
On a break from reality, might I suggest a visit to Omega Mart?
So I'm driving through Texas in the middle of nowhere, and I see this, and it's a Prada store. Out in the middle of nowhere in Texas. Check this thing out.
Support your well-being with Oil Garden Pure Essential Oils at Chemist Warehouse. Breathe is a blend of
So for background, we are now testing the My Little Chef entity since this nugget person seems to have successfully contained it.
Already seen it.
With dusty sandals found the door to hell.
Yeah, I saw the video. What? No, I have dibs on the potato. You contain the door to hell. And send someone to amnesticize Sandy Sandal person. I don't know.
It's time to build my army and to take on Dr. Sherman and you to Dr. Bright.
Am I supposed to be afraid of an army of tiny little 999s? Because get me a ball pit, and that is a fantastic way to spend a Sunday. Amateurs. The therapist said, the tree